NFL Sunday is here, and I have my best 6 picks in this video for you. It's the most picks I've ever given out in a video. Last Sunday, we went a perfect 5-0 for everyone that watched, and we're coming back with my best 6 picks for today. So if you guys have not yet, please make sure to like the video, comment, and subscribe, because if you do, you automatically get entered into our JSN jersey giveaway. We're giving away a signed Jackson Smith and Jigba jersey at the end of October. All you have to do to enter is like, comment, and subscribe. So go ahead, go do that down below. It's free to enter. And we're going to jump right into everything today. Before we jump into everything, though, there's one thing I have to ask of all of you, and it's please make sure that you are claiming your $100 free on Underdog and a Cam Ward 1-yard special. For those of you that don't know, I take these videos every single day on Underdog Fantasy, and when you guys download Underdog Fantasy with the promo code PISTONS, they're hooking up all my viewers this NFL Sunday with a promotion of Cam Ward 1-yard special. He gets 1 yard, you cash out. And then secondly, they're hooking you guys all up with a promotion where if you play $5, they give you $100 for free. So if you like some of my picks in today's video and you put $5 on them on Underdog, they will give you $100 for free. Again, there is no questions asked. On top of that, when you end up using our code, we have a VIP Discord, in case you don't know what that means. We basically have a big community group chat where we send you and text you our best picks every single day, our absolute favorite picks. Inside this group, you get access to a chat where you can talk with thousands of other people about the games while they're happening. You can sweat out your picks with each other, and you can see our clients spamming winners inside our VIP winning chat. And also, guys, we're up over 700 units inside this group in the last year and a half. I'm not going to come on here and tell you this is some guaranteed crazy thing. There's ups, there's downs, and I'm going to be the most transparent about that up front to you, but we are the best at what we do because we actually have proof of it. Most people online that you guys watch are just going to tell you they're up a certain amount, but you can go ahead and fact check every single thing we say, everything we claim. We're third-party verified by an app called Pikkit, in case you guys are not familiar with them. It's an app where you can go in and you can sync up all your accounts, and you can't fake your results on there. Our username is @Banjo, BANJO, if you ever want to fact check anything I say, and that's why straight up, we are the best group in the market. We do full refunds, but most importantly, if you guys end up joining Underdog with our code, we'll actually hook you up with a free month inside the group. That way you don't have to pay. That way you get in for free. And if you already have Underdog, don't sweat it, because you can also get a free month by joining any other app we have linked below. For example, PrizePicks has another promotion where if you play $5, you get 50 for free. So if code is Pistons, just pick an app down below, use the code Pistons, send us proof. You'll get 30 days inside that Discord, that big community, completely free. And either way, I'll shut up now. We're going to jump right into my favorite plays of the day. And starting us off, we're going to go over to the Dallas Cowboys versus the Carolina Panthers game. And we're going to take Jake Ferguson more than 50.5 yards. So as you guys know, 6 picks in this video. So make sure to stick around, listen to the full breakdown. You know the drill. Jake Ferguson more than 50.5 yards. Why do I like this? Because on paper, it is not really a pretty pick. And there are some really pretty ones on paper later in this video. But Jake Ferguson has only hit this in 2 of 5 games this year. He only hit it at a 21% hit rate all of last season. But there's a couple stats here that are really sticking out to me. And I think apps like Underdog, Fanduel, Draftkings, these billion-dollar companies, they see it too. There's a reason his number is set at 50 instead of like 45 or 40, because that's what it's typically at. So 2 things. Number 1, since CeeDee Lamb went down and CeeDee Lamb's going to be out in this game, Jake Ferguson is averaging over 10 targets per game. You guys can see 12 targets in week 2, 14 targets in week 3, 7 targets, and 9 targets. So he's going to get about 10 targets in this game. What else do I really like about this? Well, if we take a look on the right side of the screen here, I'll actually zoom in for you guys. The Carolina Panthers receiving defense is top 10 in the NFL. They rank number 8, only giving up 211 pass yards a game. Dak Prescott has been on fire though, but what I really like is Carolina is the worst team in the entire NFL against tight ends. Ask any Panthers fan. They cannot cover tight ends. Darren Waller just rinsed them for 78 yards last week. I absolutely love this number. I think 50 is a steal on Jake Ferguson. We can see Novig and other apps are even favoring this one up a little bit more. So I do like him to go above 50, 49, whatever you guys are getting that at. For the second play of the day, we're going to head over to the Buccaneers versus the 49ers game. And if you guys follow me on Instagram, I got this one at 66 earlier in the week. For those of you that don't know, I have over 200K on Instagram. But either way, Egbuka, more than 75. Do I still like it? Yes. Why? Mike Evans and Chris Godwin are both out. Who else is Baker Mayfield going to throw to? Bucky Irving's out. Like, Bucky Irving's a receiving back. Their number one pass catcher, number two pass catcher, well, traditionally, number 1 and 2, Godwin and Evans are out. Egbuka is the Buccaneers offense at this point. Like, he is the only option. And it's not like they're having some cakewalk matchup where they can run the ball with Rachaad White and just get a win. They're playing the San Francisco 49ers, who are playing absolutely amazing this year. And it's weird, though, because the 49ers traditionally are more of a run team, but they've been really, really successful this year with their pass. They rank bottom 5 in the NFL at running the ball, and then passing it, they are doing exceptionally well. And why is that important? Why am I bringing that up? It's because the Tampa Bay Buccaneers defense, historically, over the last 3, 4, or 5 years, have been an elite run defense and a little bit weaker against the pass, which leads me to believe that this one might be a bit of a higher scoring game. And even if it's not, the Buccaneers should have a passing game script for a good amount of the time in this game. And the San Francisco 49ers, yes, they are a top 10 defense against quarterbacks, giving up 215 pass yards a game, but against wide receivers specifically, they're actually just middle of the pack, giving up 143 per game. And we know Egbuka is a little bit better than middle of the pack, because if we take a look at his last 3 games, he has consistently got better. He absolutely torched Sauce Gardner for 85 yards in this game. Against the Eagles secondary, I don't want to say he was on Quinyon and Cooper DeJean the whole game, but he still went for 101. And then last week against the Seahawks, we all know what happened. He went for 163, and we're getting his number at 75 with his entire offense injured. Like, yes, the 49ers could double him every play, and I still think he might get this. So I really like Egbuka for more than 75. I don't think I would take it past 80, but 75 is a good price in my opinion. And then for the third pick, and guys, keep in mind there's going to be 6 picks in this video. So I'm going to give you a 3-man and then another 3-man after this. So the last one I got for you in this first slip is going to be on Jared Goff for more than 22.5 completions. And as you guys can see here, there's a couple, I guess I should say, interesting stats. Last season, Jared Goff only hit this in 9 of 18 games, but he hit this in 8 of his last 9 to end off the season. 24, 26, the one time he missed it, he went for 21. And then you can see it, he ended off last season hitting this in 6 straight times. This season so far, hits it 2 straight games in the beginning of the year, and then immediately goes for 20, 16, and 19. So why am I taking him to go above this number? 2 reasons. Number 1, everyone sees the Detroit Lions and you think they should probably win this game. As NFL fans, I would think the average NFL fan watching the Chiefs this year in Kansas City, like, the Lions should win. But these billion-dollar companies, Fanduel, Draftkings, they opened it up as the Lions being underdogs. And what does that tell me? That tells me there's probably a decent chance the Chiefs are going to win this game, in my opinion, at home. And it tells me that the Lions are actually going to have a passing game script for one of the first times this year. They've been running over teams, to say the least. Of course, except the Packers in week 1, and Jared Goff had 31 completions in that game. Just keep in mind, the last game they lost. So I think they're going to have a passing game script. I think they're going to be losing this game. And I'm just playing the numbers. I'm saying, like, hey, look, these companies are really smart. They have a lot more money than me, a lot more money than you, and they're going out there and they're saying the Chiefs should be favorites. It doesn't make sense to me, but sometimes when that stuff doesn't make sense, they just know more than us. And that's kind of one of those situations where I'm just reading it like that. And you guys can see on the side of the screen here that the Chiefs actually, yes, teams don't throw the ball against them a lot. They're 8th in pass attempts against, but completion rate, 67.8%. They rank in the bottom 12 of the NFL, below NFL average in completion rate. So when QBs are throwing the ball, they're completing a lot of the passes against this Chiefs defense. So I do really like them to go, or Goff to go above 22.5. I think he'll have a good game script. I think he's going to be playing from behind a bit in this game. You can disagree with me, and even if you do, he could probably still hit 22.5 pretty easily, as we saw last season against all of these teams here when the Lions were on a run, and he still was completing more than 22.5. So this number just feels a little bit mispriced in my opinion. Okay, so pick number 4. We're going to jump over to the Steelers game, and I absolutely love this one. But before we do so, guys, earlier in the video, you heard me mention this app called Pikkit. It is completely free, and it lets you track everything in a one-stop shop. So I told you earlier, like, you can sync up all your accounts, and it'll tell you how much you're up on the day, the week, the month, the year. It gives you a nice little chart like this, and it's how I have proof that we're actually really good at what we do. You can go ahead and look up me and my team on Pikkit. The username is @Banjo, and I really encourage you guys, if you've ever paid someone for a Discord, or if you ever paid someone for picks, you should ask them for their Pikkit because it takes 5 minutes to set up. And it's such an easy way to tell if someone's just BSing you or not. So go ahead. I encourage you to look us up. We're fully transparent on there. And Pikkit's free, like I told you. So why not try it out for yourself, especially if you're playing a lot on these games. Anyway, so pick number 4. This is just a banger. Absolute beautiful pick. This is probably my favorite pick of the day. If I had to tell you my favorite pick, it's going to be on Jaylen Warren for less than 14.5 rushing attempts. Let me get that straight. Less than 14.5 carries. So why do I like this so much? Especially given the fact that his last 3 games, he went for 11 carries, 14 carries, and then went above it against the Patriots for 18. Well, Jaylen Warren actually missed a game on September 28th. You can see his last game against New England was September 21st. And in that game on the 28th, guess what happened? Kenneth Gainwell went out there and absolutely lit it up. He got 19 carries, the backup running back of the Steelers, for 98 yards. And Jaylen Warren has never been a workhorse in his entire career. He's always been in a split backfield with Najee Harris. And I think the Steelers, and assuming based off the reports that have been coming out from the Steelers themselves and all the reporters, that they're viewing Kenneth Gainwell and Jaylen Warren as a 1A, 1B. Caleb Johnson, obviously the rookie, has had a slow start to his career, maybe not the best. He might get worked in a little bit more later in the year. We'll see about that. But for now, Kenneth Gainwell is coming off a very solid game. They're coming off a bye week, and they're going up against literally the number 1 run defense in the entire NFL. They shut down Derrick Henry. Like, take a look at this. So, yes, in rush attempts against, they're getting 25 a game, 13th. But if we take a look over here at rushing yards, this is the number 1 run defense in the NFL. 76 yards a game in total. Against running backs and quarterbacks combined, number 1 in both categories. And they played Lamar and Derrick Henry. Keep that in mind. So, I really like Jaylen Warren for less than 14.5 rushing attempts, if you guys can get that. So, yeah. That is the pick number 4. Pick number 5, if I had to tell you guys, I love Stefon Diggs for more than 59. I got him earlier this week at 49 on my Instagram as well. But you guys can see here, last 2 weeks, he has been absolutely amazing. And this is kind of to be expected. He came off a torn ACL, started the year a little bit slow in a completely new situation, and people kind of were like getting down on him after like a couple weeks. It was like he's going to a new quarterback across the entire country. He went from Texas to New England, gets Drake May. They have to build some chemistry. He also has to get back into NFL mode, like a full year off essentially of torn ACL rehabbing. Goes for 57 in his opener, 32, 23, and then immediately pops off with 101 against Carolina. And this New England team just has like, I don't know, they got that swag. They got it. Like, they are a good team this year. Like, everyone that's watching football, I think they can tell you right now, New England is a contender for the playoffs right now at the bare minimum. Stefon Diggs went for 146 yards, beating the Buffalo Bills last week. New Orleans Saints, their pass defense is pretty solid, giving up 128 a game, but he's the number 1 target. Drake May's evolving. He's playing way better than last year. Last year, Drake May went above 225 passing yards, and I believe it was just 4 out of 16 games. Or actually, excuse me, I think it was 5 out of 16 games. This season so far, he's played in 5 games, and he's gone above it in 4 of them. So I really like Drake May. I really like Stefon Diggs. I think their connection's only going to get better. And 59.5 is just a great price. So I'm locking that one in as the next pick of the day. And then for the final play of the day in the second 3-man, we're going to be taking Jaylen Waddle. But before I tell you guys that, please make sure you're tailing me, as I told you, on Underdog or PrizePicks. When you guys tail me on Underdog or PrizePicks and use the code PISTONS, they're going to give you guys $100 after you play your first 5. On PrizePicks, they'll give you $50 after you play your first 5. They'll hook you up with a free square on Cam Ward to get 1 yard. If you're watching this later in the day, they'll also hook you up with the Jaden Daniels square for Monday. So take advantage, and if you want all of our best picks, as I told you, go ahead and join the Discord. It's free down below. Either way, Jaylen Waddle, more than 68.5. Why do I like this one? Tyreek Hill is injured. Mike McDaniel is fighting for his job. Tua has to throw to somebody, and this is a game script against the LA Chargers where they're probably projected to lose by a score, maybe even 2 scores. The Chargers are going to get back on track here. I know they lost to Marion Hampton. I know their O-line's a little bit banged up, but it is the Miami Dolphins. The Chargers are going to put up points, and that means Tua is going to be throwing the ball a little bit more than usual. And you can see here just last week against the Carolina Panthers, in the first game with Tyreek Hill gone, Jaylen Waddle pops off for 110 yards. For some context, that is his second best game out of going back to all of last season. In the first time that Tyreek Hill's out, he goes for his second best game in the last 20. So I like Jaylen Waddle for more than 68.5. He's going to have a great game script. He is going up against a tough defense, but at the end of the day, Tyreek Hill's gone. He is the alpha receiver now, and I think he's ready for that role. So to recap the entire video for you guys, we got Jake Ferguson higher than 50.5 receiving yards, Egbuka higher than 75.5 receiving yards, Jared Goff higher than 22.5 completions, Jaylen Warren less than 14.5 rushing attempts, Diggs for more than 59 yards, and Jaylen Waddle for more than 68 yards. If you guys have any questions, make sure to leave them down below. Remember to like the video, remember to comment, remember to subscribe. I appreciate all of you guys that watch me every single day, and I'll catch you all for Monday Night Football.